Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I'm back again with another repotting video of a plant which I recently bought, and this is a new addition to my garden. I really wanted to add this to my collection for quite some time now. I've seen very big versions of this plant. This is an elephant ear, or it is, I think the garden store told me, the nursery store told me it's a type of alocasia. So I'm not sure there, that store is not very good at labeling the plants properly. So this was potted in a red soil mix. I don't know why this is that all the plants which I really want to buy, they come in red soil. So I'll be getting rid of this red soil and we'll be using this plastic pot today. So I really don't have a pot for this plant at the moment. I need to buy some more pots, or I don't have any more clay pots in my collection at the moment. So we'll do that, and when we repot it again in the future, I'll be moving it to a clay pot at that time. So for the time being, I really want to get rid of this red soil, so I'll be planting it in that plastic pot. I've had it for like a couple of days already, and it's already lost one of its leaves. It yellowed and it melted away, so I didn't really want to risk it anymore. So I'll be repotting it today. So looking at the root structure of this plant, it has got a really nice root growth, and I had watered it, I think, yesterday. I didn't water it today, but still it was holding on to some little bit of moisture. Maybe it was in that plastic grow bag, and the soil being red soil, so I was not sure what the main culprit behind that was. So let's try and remove the roots gently first. I don't really want to break any more roots. The soil was coming off easily with that big thing that I had, so I just went ahead with my hands again at this point. So that is, it came off easily from the top part, but again down where the roots were, it was again very clayey. I think this red soil had a little bit of sand, river sand mixed into it, and I think I broke a little bit of roots at this point. I didn't even press it, I just picked up the root ball, and the lower part of the soil, it just came off on its own. So yeah, that was that. So now I'm just going with it now. I'm just removing all the soil. Even if it breaks root, it breaks. At this chunk which came up, it had a little black color to it. So I got a little scared what this black color was from, and I think at that time I thought maybe it's rotting or something. So I just tried to spread up a little bit, and I wanted to remove the rotting part, or maybe I thought it was in that plastic pot that usually plants come in. So I was not sure. So let's remove the soil and see what secret it holds, what the secret is of this black moldy soil. So as you already know, I don't like washing the red soil away. No, it gets everywhere, and especially today I'm wearing white. So yeah. So, so this final part was really stuck to the roots. So I was not sure how and I really didn't want to wash my plant. So I'm just taking my time over in this process. So I've seen this nursery had a bigger version of this one plant, and that was also not for sale. So they had one at display, and it had really big leaves. It was looking fabulous. I want mine to grow someday. It grows to that size. I'd really like that. So let's hope it likes the new soil mix it goes in. So alocasia, he said that as this variety, they like to hold soil which holds on to a lot of moisture, but they don't want to stand in still water. They would like a soil which holds on to a lot of moisture. So I have prepared a soil mix keeping that in mind. Though I've tried to add pumice, I've not tried to, I've already added pumice and a little bit of perlite to the soil mix, but the majority of the soil mix is that of garden soil and peat moss. So this is the pot it will go in, and let's so it has this pot has a lot of drainage holes. So I am not worried about it holding on to water for a longer period of time. So at the base, if I'm even adding a little bit of layer of leca balls so that the soil doesn't get out of those drainage holes when I've watered it. So they'll keep the soil in the pot. This is the soil mix. So the major part in the soil mix is that of garden soil and peat moss, and it has a little bit of perlite and pumice in it also. I've skipped the orchid barks, I think, in this mixture. I've not added those. Otherwise it's a very loose mixture. It's not clumpy or clay in any way. So let's pot the plant now. I'll add a little bit of the soil mix at the base, and we'll place the plant in the center. Later on I realized maybe that black looking part, it was not rotting or anything. It was some sort of it was, I don't know what it actually was, but from the cut I could make out that this was a pup cut away from a mother plant. So that was why it had that weird angle to it. So I've laid the roots out a little bit and I'm covering it with my soil mix. So I've tried to keep it at the center, and here a plant is stable on its own without me giving it any support. So I'm just shaking the pot a little bit so that the soil settles down, and I'm tapping it also so that the plant is it doesn't move around when it's watered. I'm just covering it a little bit more, and hopefully it gives us big glorious leaves someday. I know it will take a little bit of time. So I'm not in a hurry, but yeah, that is what I'm looking forward to in the future, however long away that is. And I think that is it for our repotting for today's video. And this was the leaf which I cut away, which was melting, which turned yellow. And it scared me that my plant was rotting away, so I hurried up with the repotting. Yeah. And the plant is already big enough, a little bit on the bigger side. Let's clear out the work table now. And there we have a final result. That is it, guys. I hope you liked my video, and if you do, please do press the like button and subscribe to my channel for more such videos. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.